in the genetic code. All right. So very quickly write down. Let's continue because there's so much. In DNA structure, mutation, a random change in DNA structure that alter genetic information, that alters genetic information, and so introduce new characteristics. I repeat myself, I say mutation are random changes in DNA structure that alter genetic information, and so introduce new characteristics or bring a change in the protein form, and bring a change in the protein form, and hence a change in the phenotype of species involved. In the phenotype, P-H-E-N-T, P-H-E-N-O-T-Y-E, in the phenotype of species involved. Somatic mutation. We have come across this word. You must have come across this word when you were treating which topic first time SSC. Mitosis is the somatic what? The somatic cell of the body, or what we call the body cell, that result to divisions within the body system in order to bring about the formation of different parts or cells of the organisms. So we said that the new characteristics may occur in the body of cells, that is the somatic mutation, or during gamete formation, or germ cell. During gamete formation or germ cell. During gamete formation, or what we call germ cells, or germline mutation. So it might occur during gamete formation, and most of these germ mutations or the germ cells are inheritable. They inherit or transfer from parents to offsprings. They are inheritable. Okay. Paragraph. A mutation is the only process. A mutation is the only process that actually change genes. Mutation is the only process that actually change genes. Full stop. Hence, inheritable mutation are the ultimate source that provides the raw materials. Hence, the inheritable mutations are the ultimate source, ULT, ultimate source, ULTIMATE, ultimate source that provides the raw materials for evolution. Mutation occurs also during meiosis. Mutation also occurs during meiosis and egg during meiosis, and eggs are being formed. I said testaments occur during meiosis, and eggs are being formed. I hope you still remember what meiosis is. There are two major cell divisions, or two major cell divisions. And what are they? Mitosis and meiosis. I have also seen that question in past questions. Why past questions? You have? Okay. Let's look at gene flow. The gene flow. What is gene flow all about? When members of a population, the parents will explain. When members of a population interbreed, when members of a population interbreed, I believe you understand what interbreed means. Genes are recombined in various ways and spread in the population. I repeat myself. When members of a population interbreed, I should spell interbreed. Who understand what interbreed means? Interbreed. Interbreed. You can do what? Members of different species cannot interbreed. So you're expecting that human and dog and snake, like some people sell themselves, they interbreed. And that is what brings about the gene flow. Now, if for let me use as an example, Richard married me. I married Taiwo. And also married the three Alajas at the back. Now, I just want to bring about 7 members of the population interbreed, that is combined. Now, by the time the genes begin to spread, he is the one that determines him. That will determine if your own child and my own child and their own and her own and her own belongs to him. And we might notice some common characteristics or traits in all the offsprings. That is gene, that the interbreed. You know what? Is it because I'm speaking to school? That was not shocking. Do you know what is inside of it? No, you don't know what's inside of it. There's something we call dominant and recessive. You must have come across that word in your chest and my dear, do you understand what you're talking about interpret now? Yes, ma'am. We're just trying to illustrate it. So it's only the nose that you see that might be big. 4. It's your nose. So, I said the genes are recombined. They're recombined in various ways and spread in the population. They're recombined in various ways and spread in the population. Okay? Members of a population interbreeds. Genes are combined in various ways and spread in population. And this is called gene flow. Therefore, gene flow can be defined as a recombination. Gene flow can be defined as a recombination of genes in various ways. Am I too fast?
Yes.
I said therefore.
Yes.
Therefore, gene flow can be defined as the recombination of genes in various ways and spread of genes in various ways and spread in a population when interbreed. When interbreed. Full stop. This occur in a population of the same species. This occurs in population of the same species. Okay. Another paragraph. During gene flow, genes combined during meiosis. Genes combined during meiosis. Combined during meiosis, and you don't have to do with the gametes too. Genes combined during meiosis when the gametes are formed. When the gametes are formed, and when gametes of two different individuals fuse during sexual intercourse. When gametes of two different individuals fuse, FUS, during sexual intercourse or sexual union. During sexual intercourse or sexual union. Is there anybody who doesn't understand gene flow? You understand it now? I believe we all understand gene flow now. How those characters tend to flow or sing, and the cell division that's actually involved that makes it clear is meiosis, yes?
Sit down. Speak louder.
Which people? You to go. It's not little. Used to go very long. Because I need one. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
That's the lecture. We have plans that we are white. Yes.
Like spoiling.
It might not be spoiling, but long. I know of a lady without anything, natural hair. What we're yes, just long. It's not spoiled. Very long. This thing is not spoiled. The hair is long. See, like you said now, for every real white child that is born, there's no hair on them. Yes. Unlike we, there's no hair. Even up to 1 year, it should just be coming out. Hey, are you talking about white hair?
No, like white.
Yes. And we need to show different shades of color depending on the some of them blonde, some of them black. But for every real white child born, especially UK, America, they don't have a single hair on their head. That is their own nature, yes. We don't have that on them, except if you are a mixed breed. You know what I mean by mixed breed? We don't have that, except if you are a mixed breed. What do I mean? When Richard go and marry white now, when Richard married a white woman from UK, the child might have called them. It grows much. I said it grows much. Everything depends on gene. It grows much. How many of them are doing single? You don't be watching. You know there are treatments at times. There are countries like India. There are countries like Brazil. Their hair, the females, is part of the things they cut and import. This is working. It's not bad. They grow it. They were not born to grow like that. Most boys now, they grow to be afro heads. Before they said they born to the king, that everybody now adapt especially men, females or females that can't turn their head to what they call red. There are some that are born when their hair is gone, not that they are born with dada. At the time, they think they get to twist. I have seen one. And immediately the mother saw it, the mother scraped it. Yes, and nothing happened to that child today. Presently, yeah, presently, she's a woman now. No, what I mean, this grow back. Grow back as dada. It cannot continue. It was not gene. Leave that thing. Let's not go there. Gene drips. That one is very simple. In a small population, gene drips. There isn't much about it. In a small population, some genes may spread more than others through chance alone. Some genes may spread more than others through chance alone. Chance, C-H-A-N-C-E. May spread more than others through chance alone, A-L-O-N-E. First of this is known as genetic drifts. Genetic drifts. So some genes that have been sent, most of the time when there are combinations, when we start talking about gene, it's two individuals that come together. Introduce your own, I introduce my own. We are trying to bring out him. Within the kingdoms, there is a flow. One might flow more. And when that is done, that is when you see a boy or the girl looking like a mother's or father's replica. And you better doubt, are you sure this one is your mother, your father? You won't see anything with trace like the father in that, except if you carry out the real test. I'm talking about the physical appearance now. So we said, that is what we say genetic drifts. As an example, one flows more than the other, and most times it is by chance. And there are some, you see the child, if you see the father, you look like the father. If you see the mother, you look like the mother. I don't know if you have seen it. Look like the father. He might look like grandparents. It's not like the opposite. It's still coming from the same source. From the grandparents. What is recessive inside? As I was going, I feel so much like my mother's sister. That if I talk something, it's now that people are saying, I look like the mother. She has changed her address. She has changed her addresses. So that they see her picture, they thought I am the help. But I said, I knew you had this. Then that look like her sister. Even when we talk, when I talk, they think she's the one talking. They will take everything, both dominant and recessive. They will see. It will appear there are chemicals using for checking that they can use your hair, your skin. This says a lot of things. And the better thing is because the man carries a difference. The woman is. So it is the man that determines whether the child belongs to him or not. Not really the woman. I hope you understand. By the time I start talking about genetics, we'll come across it. So let's look at formation of new species. Formation of new species. formation of new species. How are these species formed? Formation of new species. The process by which new species are formed is called speciation. The process by which new species are formed is called what?
Speciation.
Did I hear you say that?
Speciation.
It's called speciation. Speciation is a continuous process. Speciation is a continuous process because new species always evolve from old ones. Speciation is a continuous process because new species always evolve from old ones. First stop, it occurs through various ways, which are mutation and isolation. It occurs various ways, which are mutation or isolation. It occurs various ways. That is, the formation of new species occurs in various ways. We have looked at mutation so much, and we said it also involves meiosis. And meiosis involves combination of gametes that is formed from two different individuals through diploid process. You're left behind. What? Variation. I didn't say variation, madam.
Isolation.
Isolation. Isolation. Evolutionary trend or classification and evolution. Evolutionary trend. This is where you have a lot of questions most times, even both practical and theory. Is it the doctor? Or classification of what? I said classification of
And evolution.
in SS1 we did classification of organism. And last why I asked them what is classification of organism. How many of us have seen that question? To define classification of organism. And most of the time in practical, it might not just come as classification, but it might come a situation whereby they'll ask you to list the habitats of the following organisms. And when we talk about evolutionary trend, it's just looking at, since we know that most organisms in their formation, apart from where we said that non-living things or molecules came together to form simple organisms, and simple organisms after so many years evolved to form complex form. Now, when we talk about evolutionary in terms of its trend, is a trend as which from the simple to the complex. That is from the simple organisms, it could be both plants and animal, and to the organisms. Remember when we did classification of organisms, depending on the phylum, there are two major kingdoms. Two major kingdoms. And that is kingdom plantain and kingdom animalium. Although later we'll start having some other kingdoms. Kingdom monera, kingdom fungi, the last one, kingdom protista. Now these are those ones, quite correct. So the trend, when we say the trend from, you can equally say from the protista, those are the unicellular, the microscopic organisms get on moving until they get to extend the simple one that are no longer microscopic or to semi-simple, then complex, not most complex, that is entering to the multicellular organism until you get to the most complex, sophisticated organism where you and I belong to. Now the trending, like we said, from the simple to the complex, or from simple to more less simple, or less simple to more simple, and then to less complex to medium complex, if there's any word like that, or to get to the complex. That's arranging. Where can bring out a lot of organisms, different kind, and the question will be arrange the following specimen A to evolutionary. That is, to start from the simple to the complex. Now, taking for instance, we'll still write, if we take that of plants, you know we have unicellular plants, and there are organisms that they brought out. We can start from the common one that we might see, the algae. After algae, we have liverwort. After liverwort, what do we have? We have the mosses. After the mosses, what do we have? Gymnosperm. You're stealing from my notes. After those gymnosperm, we have the angiosperm. Am I saying something now? That is for plants. And when you come to animals, in that arrangement, depending, so the arrangement from the simple to the complex, that is what we call the evolutionary trend, or classification of organism and evolution. Did I say something now? So let's go. This is from simple to complex organism. This is from simple to complex organism in both plants and animals. This is from simple to complex organisms in both plants and animals. Full stop. Simple organisms appear before the multicellular ones. Simple organisms, you can put in brackets unicellular. Simple organisms appear before the multicellular ones. Full stop. In plant evolutionary trend, from the unicellular to the multicellular organisms are in this order. We have gymnosperm, and then we have the angiosperm. We did this during classification, isn't it? Isn't it? I can equally bring in another one right here, like Lamidominans. Now those ones are simple unicellular ones. Okay? Then we have aquatic. That's number 2, aquatic to terrestrial. Aquatic to terrestrial life. Aquatic to terrestrial life. Sorry. In both plants and animals, life started in water. That's what they believe. I have to teach you for teaching's sake. But when you follow it, maybe we discuss something. When we look at embryology, how many of you went back to checking your milk to see those things? Were you ever serious? It was serious. So they believe life started from the water, especially vertebrate, that all of us evolved from a common ancestor. And when you look at it again, looking at in terms of the arrangement of the heart chambers, until we get to mammals, it's still the same. So they believe life started from the water, from aquatic to terrestrial. Did I say something now? But me, I'm not. So the belief life, it said life started in water and then moved on to the land. And then moved on to the land. Let me just say something a little bit there. You have done development of new organism. You did development of new organism. Huh? So now answer me. And you did the development of toad. There are 2 stages involved. Development in toad. Now you know they don't live two stages of life. Aquatic and terrestrial. Now that is why they believe we start from there. What we're discussing, we came across the word, the more skipper that look like fish in its head. And we said that moss skipper as a fish has a gilt chamber that can sustain water for hours. And you see it coming on land and hanging on a tree. We discussed it in class here. We said, remember, isn't it? Now that one look like that. And then at the early stage of development of a toad, it started with the first one from the water and then to a miniature aspect. The egg is laid in water, it hatches in water. Between 1 to 9 weeks, they develop in water from one stage to another until they get to a mini mature adult and comes out. And when it is in water, it breathes, everything it does is like fish. And it looks like fish. I'm talking about the tadpole. I know most of us have seen a tadpole. It looks like fish. It breathes like fish until it gets to a stage during the development of the gills, the internal gills begin to disintegrate. And at that particular time, it's almost getting to 4 weeks. So it begin to disintegrate. The tail, the muscular tail that look like that of fish will also begin to disintegrate. And you now have the lungs. And that's when you see the tadpole is inside water. At times you bring out its face, if you have ever observed that, to breathe in oxygen. Because one, the gills have started disintegrating by mitotic division. Yes. Mitosis. Mitosis. It is division of body surface. It is not multiplying to form different parts. So when it is doing that, it is changing from gills to, and you remember the gills are finger-like. So they could be molding together. Starting with the first chamber of the heart, that is the 2 chambers of the heart. Everything it does then is just like a fish. So after some time, the lungs begin to come up, and you see it until finally it will leave the water and start living on land. The next one are the reptiles. You know some reptiles stay in water. There are some snakes that stay. Do you know there are some snakes that look like fish? There are snakes that look like fish. I know, we call it snake fish. They have fins. They have fins. Yes. No. We'll call it snake fish. What? Eel. Thank you.
Snake that look like fish, not fish that look like snake.
Seriously like snake. No. No, I'm just telling you, when they say natural plants, these are the things they'll feel. Live for millions of years and they evolve to become better organisms. Now, excuse me, say it starts from the water. Just use that of course now as an example. So after they have stayed like that until finally they get to Mama. You know there is a snake that has comb. and have feather. It's in the local part of our country. And the crop is like it's in the northern part of Nigeria. That is what they do. Okay, I said paragraph in classification of organism. Let's just finish it. I know it's time. In classification of organism, comma. Number 2 is aquatic to terrestrial life. As I said, in both plants and animals, life started in water and then moves to the land. And I said, in classification of organisms, we can arrange the various groups. We can arrange the various groups of organisms to show a possible evolutionary trend or sequence. I repeat myself. I said in classification of organisms, we can arrange the various groups of organisms to show a possible evolutionary trend or sequence. Evolutionary trend or sequence. First of all, this makes the classification of organisms more meaningful. Sequence. First of all, this makes the classification of organisms more meaningful. It makes it more meaningful. As it indicates, why certain groups, certain, C-E-R-T-A-I-N, certain, why certain groups or organisms are very similar, while other groups show great differences. While certain group of organisms are very similar and some others shows great differences. So by the time we'll come next week, we'll be looking at the arrangement in terms of trend from prokaryotic to eukaryotic, to protists, to fungi, and then branch out to plants and animals. That one we have already done. Just jump it. You have done in SS1. So that we can go to microevolutionary. So many schools. Yes. You say yes.